stuff like that. Just generally speaking, blinded by our own desires, and as such, we don't listen because yes, it feels good. Yes, as mankind, we are wired one way. We are wired, we are social beings. And when those endorphins and or the dopamines, I should say, get released in our brain, it feels good. Yes, and we want to keep that feeling. And sometimes we get blinded by the what is more than the what we wish. And we need to be clear on that. Now, we all have different personalities and we all gravitate to different likings. Some of us are engineers, some of us are doctors, lawyers, archaeologists, barbers, painters. Yes. Each one should take interest in their own career. Yes, we know that. However, humbly it may seem, as would I say, stay in your lane. No, I am an engineer. I love that. So, comes what may, I will push myself to reach as high as I can possibly go. Someone else may be a painter. They paint everything. Yes, they would paint bottles. They do models on the wall. You name it. To reach where they want to go. So, what justification do one have to tell someone else that because they sitting from a different perspective that they're talking rubbish or it's foolishness? Tell me. If it follows a logical path, what mutually exclusive happenings can one be justified to use to say it's because of that why what is presented is rubbish or foolishness? Does that make sense? I don't think so. One need to learn to listen analytically. Yeah, man. With understanding, right? With an open mind, dissect, and rebut. I think. And you should know that. At the time we get in trouble because of that same thing. A lot of persons end up in prison because they're not rational in their thoughts, and can't reason, and can't analyze things. And then they make 10 years down the road and say, oh my God, if I had known, I wouldn't have done this way, I would have done that way. But the signs are always there. There have always been persons who was on before us who we can gather information from as well to follow the same trajectory. We choose not to. Why? Why do we choose not to? Hmm? That I want to know. Yes, we have a civic duty to protect the younger ones. If you have picked me, why would you want a child to go through the same exact hardship that you went through? Why? If you learn the hard way or learn by someone else's experiences, why would you want the younger person to go through the same thing? You think it is right for us to just leave them to their own demise if you see that what they are doing is not good? They may not agree with you, but you think it is right? Do you think they should justify the fact that they are young? That's why they're going on that path. If you know you were actually young and going on the same path and it did that bring you any positive fruit? No positive fruit. You think it is right? Well, I don't think it is. So, what do you think? Hmm? Let me tell you this now. In a life, every individual, as far as I'm concerned, was born a winner, but we lose that along the way. Millions of sperm enter fighting to enter one egg, and the one that make it out to be you is the sperm that won. Then how is it that you start losing? How is it you started to becoming a loser? Let me tell you this. Work on yourself first. Work on yourself first. If you work on yourself first, you can help anyone. Magnet to needle in a haystack. If there's one needle in a haystack which is important, and that's what you need. If you work on yourself, let's say the magnet is that pinnacle that you need to achieve with your life's goal. It's the magnet. Yeah. Don't you think that once you achieve that goal and you know a magnet, you can attract that needle to come out of the haystack? So rather than going searching through that haystack for that one needle that you may just never find, why not working on yourself to attract that needle out? Which you think is best? Hmm? You blame everybody in the world and say, yeah, people on love, people on art, chasing elusive dream, begging for persons to love us and all these things. Why are we wasting our time doing that? We shouldn't be doing that. For the love of God Christ's sake, why are we doing that? Hmm? If you work on yourself, get yourself qualified academically, grow yourself in your career, then you'll see say, everything will fall in place. Hmm? Let me ask you a question. What about thing what we call waste man and cruff? Tell me one cruff where you see people grudge or have a bad mind towards them. Just name me one. There's not one. Once you are cruff or quote unquote waste, nobody no want to be your friend. We have sense. Nobody no want to network with you. Nobody no want to be a part of it. So if you see some young youth that go down that road there, why would you not guide them as not to take that part? Hmm? Show me your company and tell who you are. That me your granny say. As a man think it, so is he. Eh? Of course, so it work. So if you aspire peer mongrel, say you're a little dog, and you walk with peer mongrel and I tell us a turn over rubbish pan. That's all you're going to do, turn over rubbish pan. People feel one after you. You ever see a people on the road that walk a turn over rubbish pan yet? No, sir. Then maybe I forgot to spar with some people. Make some people attitude rub off pan. Because you don't want to turn over rubbish pan. Hmm? I just saw it going on. You know, go no other way. Fly with drunker or you want to soar with eagle. Eagle, the thing them on. If you do it long enough, you will believe it. Leave the part to become it. So, if you're at work, rather than complaining, say, boy, more I want to raise up here. More I want to raise up here. Every day say you want to raise up here. Oh, and you look and see people are ball for that, but nothing I want for them. You see, like you left university and come in, and then boom, 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 and then slide through, and then grow, and then move, and then go. And then left the company and matriculate and promotion and go, and get more pay. And you don't realize the classification when coming at, he never get no raise up here, but he actually excelled to another classification. What that's what get. But within why you can't learn from that. Take sleep on magnet. So we sit down, want to feel safe, and we want the bosses to serve we and spoon feed we. The world no works so. Because before you're born, you did a fight as a sperm. So why you stop fighting? You have to fight for your space on earth. We not ask if you tear down a brother, we not ask if you blow out the next person candle, because if you blow out the next man candle, that means it's going to make your own shine brighter. Mm-mm. But if you work on yourself, look on yourself as a business place, hmm, then you will be sought after. Hmm? So at the entry level, somebody asks for do something, you say another you come there for that, and you're not getting the money for that. Like seriously, you ever read the book called The Go Giver? It's value you give. Value. So if you give of yourself, value. People value this value. Hmm? People value it and people value what you're giving, I should say. Maybe we start off for your man. If you want grill man and you make grill man, make grill to the best of your ability. Give. If a 500 square foot for build the grill, charge a 500 square foot man. Nobody try to overcharge. Give good service. Now when people abroad look and see what you're doing, people start off for you. People will wait on you. People will even pay more for the basic service you offer because of the value of the quality service. Because them say better to give than to receive. But where other things say better to give than to receive is just giving money. And I hear because people beg, you carry beggars, them fees say that it mean. They never know if you give it, you know. But them just say better to give than receive because they don't understand. They must say, give me your money, give me this, give me that, give me that, give me this, give me that. Really? But you offer nothing. We know, yes, the poor and the beggars will always be among us. Which one of them do you want to be? You want to be a giver or just plain receiver? Come on. Just want to receive, receive some. So if you are give of your service, then the reward will come later. Hmm? Steve Jobs did it. Bill Gates did it. I mean, no one want to feel comfortable and feel say, yeah, I drop out of school and then them just fight for it. They never go sign up. They did not drop out of school by default. They actually didn't drop out by default. They chose to. Yeah. So sometimes, based on the path where we need to travel, we need to make some sacrifice. We need to make some sacrifice in order to reach the path. Sometimes you have to let go something. Sometimes you have to weigh this balance and ask yourself, do I want to play it safe now and stay at this one level for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, or 40 years, all your working life? So you look at other persons who have gone before you and you say, well, that person played it safe, but after retirement, hmm, what they are getting is at their last salary. Is it worth it? Could they have been actualized more? Could it could it be that if they had made some decision earlier in their career, they would have benefited more? Hmm? What if they had invested in themselves some more and were able to they were able to earn more? Would it be that they would be able to capitalize more in the last? Think about it. Sometimes I have to give up the truth. I love use myself as an example. You know, when I just started working, I was working at a machine shop, which will remain nameless, right? And if that machine never shut down, a lot of persons would be still there. I left after 3 years. I just walk off the job, because at the time the boss son said something to me and I never liked it and I was a little hot. Don't know better. Just not like it and yeah, we can go to mommy, pick me, nothing. Just walk off. 10 months without a work. I run some taxi and do a sort of something. And, that time I do my little studying early in my engineering career. I did that. Would I do that this way now? No. Didn't attend that proper resignation. Just like when I got that job, I didn't even write a proper application. But young, naive, didn't know better. Now, looking at the younger person, you think I would advise a young person in 1920 to do that? No. I would tell them that keep calm, do it professionally, irrespective of the relationship that there may be between them and their employer. Do it professionally. Be the man. Step up, properly exit, proper resignation. So if I did something back then which I would say was unprofessional in how I did it, then I wouldn't want to just see young people doing the same thing and just like anything. I have a civic duty to say, young man or young lady, you don't do it that way. No, I cannot force them to listen. They can either take the telling from me and do what I did not do, or do the same way they do by not listening. Would it benefit? So it wouldn't benefit them because you may be in a position where you may need some recommendation or something that you hurt yourself. Fortunately for me, I did not need a recommendation from them, but although I still did maintain good relationship. But maybe if I need a recommendation from them, it would be a problem. I mean, from that, hmm? Wisdom is not something you can just go download off the net like that. Persons cannot teach you to be wise. I don't think someone can teach you to be wise. You can't go, there's not a school that teaches persons to be wise. You only can be wise from your experience and willing to learn from your mistakes. Accept them. Because if you don't accept them, you're going to try to justify yourself and repeat the thing over and over again. You're expecting a different result. It don't work like that. You understand? Now, got a job after that, worked for 3 years here. Company's closing now. And one thing, I always try my best to work diligent in anything I do, because I'm a practical man, and this thing when you have, yeah, I try to work on my best. Try to work on my best. Worked there for 3 years. Termination. Yeah, termination. Wow, shocking. I was opting to resign the same day. Am I sorry that I didn't? No. I had gotten 2 weeks pay, yes. Am I sorry that I didn't know? I maintained good relationship with them. Nothing personal. There were some things leading up to that, which I was warned. Did I take heed? To a point. Young, youthful, exuberant, yes. No chick, no child, yes. You can go from the yard. So don't get a break. So let me see. I think I was about 23, no, 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 23, going to 24 at the time. Young. Not working much, yes, but still gaining my talents. Studying at the university still. No. Got 1 week suspension at that company. For what? Victimization. Won't call the company name. Maybe back then I would, but now I know with experience that you don't expose organization like that. That is wisdom again. So I'm using my personal experience to educate those of you watching my video. So termination. So I get warning, sign the letter. Verbal warning, sign it. And at one point in time, I go to school. Because when I got the job, they asked me if I could do 5 days working for me. And I said yes, and I did. I did it for 2 years based on the HR job. I could. I did. I did it. And there was one particular person. I was the only one there attending university. If I went and leave, there would be a backlog of jobs in that return. And one day, my employee summoned me and said, "Where like he was like, where were you yesterday?" And I was like, "I was at school." He said that he has no. Remember, no, this was my day release, my day release in line with how I got that job. And he said that he has no way of proving that I was not at school or at school. He has no way of telling me if I wasn't on the beach with dark class, with girls and stuff like that. Can you at 23, 24? And he did tell me the person who told him that probably that I was not at school. That was not true. The person he said lived near to a lecturer. And the lecturer was at home, so no way I could be at school. But what that person did not know, who actually tattletale on me, that at the university, the last 2 weeks in every semester is reserved as study week. He did not know that. So when that lecturer was not at school, he was thinking, hey, there's no school, he shouldn't be at school. And I would never do that to the company at the time when I don't need it. Hell no. So I went to my maths lecturer and I can call his name. Biju Mananyatu. It's a Indian lecturer, a lecturer from India. And anyone who attended UTech back in 2000, maybe 2000, 2001, 2002, would know him very well. I went to him and I told him about the situation. And he wrote a letter stating that some of his students are having some issue with math and so on. So he's keeping extra classes to ensure that they're ready for the exam. Got the letter, sign, signature, and his contact numbers to give to my boss and say, okay, this is the situation. And guess what? It did not change anything. Wow. I was so upset. I took it personal. So by this time, when I'm young, I said, well, anything or anything. Was that right for me to say? No. But at that time, that's how I saw it. So, then by me later, I just sign it. I just come and work. It's like I just never care anything. I just never care anymore because I say I tried. And then I say, I'm going to resign. And I write the resignation letter. I it in my pocket. Mention it to our elder. And I said, always consult. I said, what did I do? Civic duty. And I went to this lady and I said, I won't call her name to expose the company just the same. And I would say, this so and so, I'm going to resign the work today. I just want to resign. And she said, why? And I said, well, I just don't feel comfortable. I'm doing my best working and I just feel victimized and it's just affecting me. But she said, no, don't resign. If you are trying to frustrate you, just write out the storm, and if you'll be terminated, just take a letter and take it to explain go and you have work. Don't watch your face. It was no reserved, but I said, okay, I put my letter in my pocket. And the same evening, August 8th, 2003, to be exact, I think it was, yeah, 2003. I was terminated. Yep. Don't know what I'm going to do. But that was so good to me. I had a girlfriend at the time, and she knew that I was a machinist by trade. And And she looked in the cleaner and she said, you know, I see a position in it for a machine shop. Check it out. And I said, read it. And I said, boy, I don't want to know more machine shop work. I said, yeah, man. And I did it and did the interview, did a test, and I got the job. Within 2 weeks, I was in another job. And the salary was twice what I was getting at this current job. Worked there, head machinist, supervising the other guys was a nice, you know. Doing even some jobs for the previous place I used to work was good. Enjoy it while it last. About a year there, the following year, I had to part again while studying. Now I'm saying to this point, there must be a string of bad luck for want of better word. Working, and I trust me, I tell you, I was very hot in it, but I had to learn. And I regret nothing I went through because all of that was molding me to be the person I am today. So the boss and I, good relationship up to today. Up to today. So I was there doing some work for the plastic company, for the sugar company, building cares, you name it. And I remember one particular day, I was doing this job for water commission, repairing a shaft for a pump. Now, anyone that does machine work knows that when you are close to final size, it is not wise to adjust your machine, pull your job out the machine and to put it back in here, irrespective. If you have an extra half an hour to complete a job, it's best you spend that half an hour complete that job and remove it rather than taking it out, putting it back in, and then try to chew that job to continue. It makes no sense. So the boss was at another location and his common law was there and she was saying that I have this job I needed to finish. So you need to take that out the machine and do it. And I said, you respect, I cannot do that because remember she knows nothing about machining work. She has nothing, no idea about that. The boss, yeah, he knows about this. So he and I would dialogue and come to some amicable agreement. But he wasn't there. I remember I was the one running the shop. So I said, I cannot take it out right now. Give me about an hour, no problem. No, you have to take it out. No, you have to take it out. And I said, no, I cannot do that. The job going to spoil. Me and my little pay, I could afford that. And she came up in my face. Yes, came up in my face. Take it out, no, whatever, what. So, being a little young, hearted I was, I said, but you know easy. Me and your son, you know. You can't talk to me like how you talk to your son, you know. If I say you talk to me, try that with me not take you out. So you're going to have to wait till you're done and me done talk. Now, looking back, I can say I dealt with it the wrong way, because not because I think I know I was right, but speaking in that tone to the boss, that did not help me, you know. Maybe I should have called the boss and tell him about mine, you know. But at the time, you're just inexperienced. So the day went through, okay, take out the job, put in the other work, finish it. Both jobs were completed. And when the boss came, you know, do not talk to the woman. He said, well, Ghana, I'm a lady, you know, and you know this thing I go. No, like you and I go get along in here. You know, we look good. I'm a lady, so we have to part. It was really sad on my part, you know, that decision had to be made, all because of one little argument and misunderstanding. And we said, all right, so, and I was designing some machine for myself, making some machine to sharpen blades and stuff like that. And I said, I can't finish these things. He said, no, you can't pay me enough to finish doing something here. Because I was doing them on my time, billing and welding and cutting and fabricating and stuff like that. Because I'm also a fabricator. I said, okay, you know, own a car, I could charter one taxi, carry them home. And it was a guy by the name of Junior. I can call his name because he has a machine shop. And he allowed me to use his machine shop to finish and fabricate my machine. The first machine I was making. I can't remember to give him some. I think it was $1,500 at the time or something like that. I was really grateful. That's all he said. Just he just said, just give my son $1,500 for the time. Because he knew me from a previous machine shop I used to work at before that. That was it. Now, this time, no job at UTech, school fee to pay, nothing. But guess what? I didn't stop school. I kept going. Tried about for the earn and study. As a part-time student, you're not supposed to get it. But you see, as I tell people all the while, the young ones, it's who want it more. Sometimes we don't need to watch what's cast in stone. And the moment, on that moment, sometimes persons may do something and it may be a policy or procedure that should not have been done. You outside person would have known, but it happens. And it happens in your favor, it does happen. So I get a hard and study job, 5,000 a month, 5,000 a week. And if you took it, I would took that, I would take that and pay on my school fee, try to bring it down, bring it down, you know. And at the end of the 6 week, I think it was 3 weeks, I got an extension because I was working with a lecturer at the time, and it was good. Got an extension. And at the same time I get a job, I try to. And at the same time, I was still hunting job. I was hunting job at field engineering firms. No, no. And then I heard about the Bureau Standard that they had summer workers. And I said, okay, I'll take this chance, apply for this summer worker thing, just want to get myself in. So I applied, drop off the form down there, and they said, okay, yes, you can come Monday. I went and I tell them that, okay, I got training. They said, well, anyway, if you do not run, you cannot come back here because you would have broken the arrangement. So I said, okay, I understand. And I went to do a standard while a part-time student slash already a professional. They would have known that because I was getting more for student. But I went as a student, work, dress up pretty clothes. After 6 weeks, extension again. So most person who went there with me did not get an extension. I got an extension. While I was there was a position for engineering technician, the force and pressure laboratory, and I applied. By this time, I had a couple of months to finish my diploma in engineering. That was 2004. My other colleague had already finished his diploma from me, but remember I studied part-time. He was a favorite for the job, being that he had already completed. But I was the one who did the better interview at the time. And he didn't get an extension, I did. And then they prematurely ended the extension. And by the 6th of September, I was called and offered a job at the BSJ, US Standard Jamaica, 2004, 6th of September. Yeah. Worked there for 1 year until I took up employment at a power plant in Old private power plant. And when I went there, I said to myself, I am not leaving this job they would have to send me. I remember that as it were yesterday. Contract though. Didn't know what to know then. And I worked there for from it was the 2nd of August, my birthday actually. 2005, the 25th of August, 2008. Commissioned by means of a massive redundancy exercise. Didn't get any closure till many years after. And I couldn't understand, I just could not understand. I work, I had to finish my degree about, they called me back at the BSJ. I worked there for a month as two persons had gone on some training overseas. Don't know they knew I was working. They called me, I did the time. And then the following month I pick up employment the at a poultry plant. And I had to settle for a salary half of what I used to earn in at the power plant. So I left at a salary of 1.3 million a year to a salary of 730 something a year. Can you imagine that? In final year to finish my degree. Hmm? Well, I had to park my car, had a family, young wife, young baby. I had to park my car. I rode my bicycle to work with flashlight and night shift. And as soon as my probationary period was ended, I started swapping shift with two other colleagues of mine. I didn't even let the supervisor know at the time, you know, decided that I wouldn't tell him because at the time it was difficult for person going to school. And I did not want what had happened to me in previous job arrangement. Um, because of work, I had to stop school and lose out in the long run. So I decided, say, well, I have 9 months to complete. It's all right. And I swapped the shift with the colleagues. And I worked night for 6 months straight. 6 month night shift. Cover the night shift and work. So in the morning, when coming to work, you would see me in the morning. And shortly I would leave because I already completed the shift. And he wouldn't even realize. So the two shifts I was swapping with, they on every other week they would have to cover because I just work midnight. So they just work morning and afternoon, no night shift. I was trying to complete my degree. And I had a friend at JPS who I would study with him. So while at work at night shift, you know, correspond and try to study hard, food. Um, some things I won't say because I can be incriminating, but I can tell you that friend is really a good friend, a classmate of mine, good friend, still he's still with JPS, and trust me. So we beat the book. Early morning, when we have school, pick me up at work, come to school, school done in the evening, drop me off back at work. So me leave work to school. Sometimes I have 3 days back to back. Me leave from work to school and school back to work. Making the sacrifice. And would you believe me? After I wrote the final exam in August, like it was on Thursday, by the Friday, I was summoned to the office. I was asked, who is it that you get persons to work night shift for you, or to work for you so you could work night while I cannot even get them to work that time? How will you do that? Who teach you how to work on the equipment that needed attention in night? But remember, I'm coming from a power plant and have experience under my belt, right? And I have competent colleagues who can show me what is expected, and I can get that in a day, and I did just fine. And it didn't go down very well. I was threatened that my contract wouldn't be signed, but it was after the first year. And trust me, tear came to my eye. Yeah. I flew out from a vacation, '09, Chicago. I was saying that if I get a good job, I'm not coming back, to be honest. But nothing. So I come back. And thanks be to God, I worked at that company for 4 years, up until one day it hit me. And I said, it's time. And I tendered my resignation and I left. Not to another job, but just to go and do me freelancing. It was freelance. And it was in that 2 year of not working for a quote unquote organization, I found myself. Those 2 years were the most valuable years in my work, in my career. When I read a book called The 48 Laws of Power. And the first rule spoke to me: never outshine the master. Let those above you feel comfortable, superior, more intelligent than they are. It really hit me. And I realized that that was my issue. I didn't know. I did not know I was working and outshining many masters. I just didn't know. So I allowed arrogance to get the best of me because you say, yeah, I know what I'm doing. But I realized in the real world, it does not work like that. And thanks be to God, I'm now working with the Jamaica Public Service Company, which I am proud to say I'm over 5 years now with the organization and doing well. Trust me. Started out on contract and now I'm permanent. I've got many awards since being here and I'm grateful for that. But I can say I have learned my lesson and I wouldn't change any of it because all those lessons learned personally has helped to mold me into who I am today. And it's for that I will use those lessons learned, to guide those persons who are younger than I am. Not to take the same path I took that would say go against them, but alter those paths, their lessons learned, so they won't have to go through what I went through. It's for those lessons that I learned that I now know the question to ask the elders, persons who are older than I am, as I am still learning. So with that, my friend, I leave with you. Why? Civic duty, civic responsibility, civic obligation is very important for our future generation. With that, I leave with you. Pablo say adios. Hasta luego. Ciao.